Today, I am joined by Steve Carlson from T-Mobile, and they are sponsoring our segment today. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Jaclyn, thanks so much. It's great to be back on ciLiving.
All right, so tell me a little bit about what T-Mobile is doing to help with dead zones.
Well, believe it or not, today there are still about 500,000 square miles in the US that traditional cell towers simply can't reach. Think of places like national parks, oil fields, lakes, or high up in the mountains. So T-Mobile created T-Satellite with Starlink to put an end to those dead zones, full stop. We're using space-based technology to connect phones directly to satellites. So if you can see the sky, you're connected. No special equipment, no extra steps, just seamless coverage in the most remote corners of the country.
That's amazing. And that's super important because I have friends who have been in those places before who've said, oh, we had to go into town before we could make a phone call, or we weren't able to send text messages. And I feel like that could be a problem for things like emergencies or things like that. So, what is this best used for?
Yeah, that's a great point. And unfortunately, T Satellite has already been put to the test several times. And going back to last year, during Hurricanes Helene and Milton, more than 650,000 text messages were sent that would not have gone through on a normal terrestrial network. And if you're a first responder, that's huge to be able to have that kind of connectivity. And we know from talking with first responders that having connectivity in a crisis is one of those most important things for them and one of the things they worry about the most. So having this extra layer is so key for them in a disaster.
And you said anybody who can see the sky is able to access this. So is this something that you need to add to an existing plan? Is this something that you can get a plan just for this? How exactly does it work?
Yeah, if you're a T-Mobile customer on one of our best plans like Go 5G Next or Experience Beyond, you've already got T-Satellite included in your plan. If you're not a T-Mobile customer, or if you're a T-Mobile customer on a different plan, though, you can also sign up for T-Satellite for just $10 a month.
That's really easy. So essentially, plan or no plan, you have access to this if you are in one of these zones. And do you have any final thoughts about why this is so important?
Yeah, one of the things that's really cool about it is just how it all works. I mean, think of a network of cell towers in space. We've launched more than 650 satellites with our partners at Starlink that are orbiting the Earth in a low Earth orbit at 17,000 miles an hour. And while that sounds really complicated, what's neat is how it works is actually just really simple. There's no extra apps or extra steps, like I said. So if you see the sky, you're connected automatically with your phone. And it already works on almost every smartphone made in the last 4 years. So it couldn't be simpler. Right now, we're offering text messaging and text to 911 on T Satellite. And later this year, we're going to have apps that are actually optimized to work on a satellite based network. So things like weather apps or trail apps when you're out in the wilderness area. These apps are going to be designed to work on T Satellite. And eventually, we'll have voice service too.
That's amazing. I feel like it's one of those things that the crazier the technology, the simpler it is for the end user and the easier it is just to get connected and stay connected.
That's absolutely right. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you need a signal, the last thing you need to think about is how I'm going to do this. You just want it to work.
Exactly. And I really appreciate you being here today. And we thank T-Mobile for sponsoring our segment. And if you are interested in checking this out, you can visit us on the web after the show at ciLiving.tv.